Hi all, this is Aki from Gallery. I'm going to be doing short masters today, and I've noticed that China and Russia have become somewhat displeased towards me, at least a little bit more. Russia is still quite friendly with me. He asked about the alliance, and my military guy in the field responded that I'm going to be moving forward with them. And he was like, okay, he didn't seem angry. It was more like a huh type thing instead of like anger. Perhaps surprised that he has been so hard on me that he would drive me all the way to the NATO side. Perhaps that is his main surprise, based on what I could hear in his voice. China has been angry at everyone. I've been watching North map very intently. China has been angry at everyone. They are recording a lot of gunfire, but they believe this is, or rather I believe this is because of the tariffs, and they are probably too hard on China at the moment. They think the tariffs and the recent situation in the Gulf of Oman and my rapid shift to a more Western standard is like an unwelcome war on their side. They think it seems like war activities. But we were able to use the Norse map and the military scouting thing, which we sometimes do when we like do the various military things. We watch military combat videos to listen to the radio on YouTube. We watch those things to get an idea of what the military guys are talking about and how the radio works and so on and so on and so on. And the thing with the military is that we were able to convince the wider world community, or the Swedes were actually able to convince the wider world community that we are indeed fighting aliens and not like humans. That this is something we are clearly seeing, because I did not clearly intend to cause a oil tanker explosion. I meant to cause a shove, or perhaps even a punch, but not something on the line of a meteor operation. So after a while of talking, the soldiers were able to convince each other that we're seeing a third party trying to escalate my hostility so that I appear more hostile and unstable than I am. And after some discussions with themselves, they came to the conclusion that only real group that would be willing to do that at this moment is aliens. Like literally going like, aliens. And then the firefight switched to the guys starting to call out things like just keep an eye on the map and look for x-rays and so on. And they were very like intent on making sure that it appears like we are fighting aliens and not one another. And they were asking for my help, and they were calling out things when the superior officers asked what they are fighting about, or what they are fighting, like what are they shooting at. The guys in the field started shouting things like lieutenant has been seriously injured, like not being able to see the situation in the field. And because somebody is clearly trying to make me look worse than I am, and this is with the intent of causing a worldwide conflagration, and there's only one group that would currently benefit from that. Because we're not openly in the war on terror, the answer is gonna be aliens. Or that is what I'm sensing. They perhaps would call them mujahideen, but in this particular context, with my background, they are probably more comfortable calling them aliens and assuming that it is those guys. I'm going to be switching my stance in Russia and China to a much smaller one, and I'm going to be switching to approaching unions and associations instead of industrial spying. I'm going to try to create the positive network instead of instead of trying to be like a industrial spy, because they are currently considered something of an enemy of mine, because I joined NATO, like I said. So there's very little options to appearing more friendly than the path that I'm taking, so we'll see. So aliens, and now I'm getting the sneeze. Biological warfare. A lot of biological warfare. Let's play forward at least for a month.
The theory that says if E1 doesn't like E2 and E2 doesn't like E3, then E1 and E3 could be friends, has allowed us to see this group as a potential ally. Maybe we could organize a discreet and informal appointment with it.
Center-right Russia wants to meet me. This guy arrived in, I believe, Ukraine. No.
As I our agent...
That's mainly because of the huge increases in
I'll give you
energy, basically cost, and that's causing industry to flock to our nation. The advancement from building solar and similar is very slow. It's roughly 2 nuclear power plants, 1 or 2 right now. And we have like 13 nuclear power plants.
Our agents that...
But we have no choice.
Do you wish the
Current world stance is that everybody should build the largest possible economy they can, so with that in mind.
I'm listening carefully. How much would this aid amount to?
I can give you this coin.
How kind of you. We'll be able to change the carpet.
Give you this coin.
the demonstrate?
Your television appears.
We need to increase the VAT because we're once again accumulating debt. There's nothing else we can do, sorry.
As I...
Japan and Russia are fighting, but they are consistently fighting, so this is nothing new.
The only...
I realize I'm doing rather badly.
I have...
The process.
If you want
We
to
are
leave, you can leave, but I will be carried out of this office. And then I will re-embody the next leader. The perfect democracy. I will embody all the leader. Dear leader! Dear leader! So nothing really important happened. I got a meeting with the Russian center-right independents or whatever they are, and I offered them a coin, and nothing else important is happening. There's a few terrorist strikes all over the world, but nothing really that catches my attention. Mali and Cyprus. New leader of the army.
Funeral?
Yes, I will attend the ceremony.
You know me. Useless talk is not my grub. I say to you loud and clear, we are worried in the barracks. If you want to rely on this...
The rule is to foresee more primary education. You guys are really demanding more primary education. Hope this is enough. 73 new primary education centers spread across the country. This will drive up costs, and I may have to once again increase the VAT. I know. I should quit this game and not drive it forward because I have gotten the answer that I seek. That is why the military guy is telling me to get back to the military field. To continue watching those military things. See, support went up, it's realizing, agreeing with me. But just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna play for a while. We won the Indy.
The procession...
The country's calm, nobody's protesting. Seems like a good point to stop. Next cycle, let's see. The next guy to stop me defines the end of this one. Still no oil production, even though I have 30 sites across the country. Gas production is quite noticeable. I would expect oil production with that number even at solid rock. And I would also expect biofuels to make a significant contribution to oil production, so that we would have a legitimate view of how much oil we actually generate. Forest fire in Portugal and Canada. New newspaper, not reading that one. Not looking for more in-depth information on the world. I like my telepathic network quite enough. New newspaper. No, I don't want you to assassinate the chief of staff. So basically, that's it. More primary education. 70, no. Closed though. 66. New primary education centers. Some workers will be left behind whenever you build any new facility because they have to maintain the facility, so you can't build an infinite amount of schools, for example. You have to budget your workers. That's why I'm having closed borders. I like my country the way it is. A huge buildup of nuclear energy for Finland. To become energy independent, we actually have so much nuclear production that we could probably make synthetic oils in a significant quantity and become an oil producer. We should produce around 30,000 barrels a day just to keep up with the rest of the world and our own demand. So anyway, that's all. I'll be uploading this one. Bye.